Hey, hi, what's up? My name is Megan and welcome to my channel. Hey friends, welcome back. So today I'm just going to be doing a little bit of a get ready with me. I'm going to be using some Tower 28, N Wild, Nabla, a lot of different products today. I'm going to be centering the look around my e.l.f. N Kissa palette. As you guys know now, this is a project that I am thoroughly working on. And honestly, what's inspired, I'm going to be doing a red look, is this little shade right here from the Nabla Miami Lights Glitter Quad. I love these, so I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a get ready with me. If you also feel that way, let's go ahead and get into it. So for starters, I'm just priming my eyes. I always prime my lids. I use the Urban Decay Potion Primer. Mine is depotted right now into a different container because when it gets so low, it's like hard to get it out of the component. And like that is like that plus more was still left in the bottom that I was unable to get out. So I highly recommend depotting it if you're getting low like that. And then I'll be going just into the Aura shade from my T28 Beauty palette. And I'm going to use this to set the entire lid. I need to clean this mirror. But I will also be doing a cut crease today, I think. I did one the other day and I really enjoyed how that came out. I went ahead and put some soap in my brows and wowee, they need to trim. Now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. N Kissa palette and I'm just going to use this lighter red shade Casey here. And that is what I'm going to apply all over the lid, crease, and transition. I'm going to buff it out. Like this is a color I want to have laid down, and then I will go in with the deeper red shade and just concentrate that in the crease. Okay, so this is going to be one of those trust the process moments. Now I'm going to go in with Pepper here, which is the darker red, and I'm just going to concentrate that on the crease. It's still coffee time when I'm filming this, so but yeah, so I'm going to just dip into Pepper here and take it in and focus it in the crease area. It's a little bit of a darker red, and these shades are interesting because they have a red tone, but they don't pull as red as you would think that they would. Cut the crease, and you can do this however you want. How I prefer to do it is I'm going to take a concealer. This is one I actually don't like for under my eyes. This is the Milani Retouch Erase Lifting Concealer. This reminds me a lot of the Maybelline one that I don't like. It's just not enough coverage. So I use this to cut my crease. I take a little bit out. I put that onto my hand. Then I just grab like a flat brush that I want to use. And I start cutting out the crease. Once I have that where I want it, I'm going to go in with a light shade. I'm going to use Aura from the Tati palette right here. And I am just going to stamp that on where we cut it to set the lid. So once I have that laid down, I'm just going to go back in with Pepper here with a really small brush and kind of just buff around the edges a little bit because I'm not a professional, I'm not perfect, so I made some mistakes. And I'm just going to buff around them with this shade. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a densely packed brush and go back into this red shade. I almost felt like I kind of wanted to mix it up, but I want it to match the red glitter. So this should have a little bit more of a pop now as well, just because we have that really light base there, and we'll have a really clean cut with the deeper shade, the deep to light, which I'm gonna go, just make sure this is as deep as I want it, so that we can get that contrast. That's the word I'm looking for. Might even add, I'm just gonna add a little bit of this deep green here, Tank, on that outer corner there. And I think that that will also help deepen it up, just to make sure it's kind of what I'm wanting. Oh yeah. She deep now. And again, I'm just taking it around. Okay, now I'm aware this looks like a mess, but just trust the process. It's gonna come around. Next, I'm gonna use my NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm just gonna take this over the crease area that we cut, and kind of just stamp / blend this into that little area. Then I'm going to take my Nabla, the Miami Lights Glitter Quad. I love this quad. And I'm going to dip into this shade here, which is Muses. And I'm just going to dip into it with my finger. And then I'm going to stamp and pull just a little bit. Ooh, this would have looked really nice with a green or even a blue. That's the thing. These are just so gorgeous. They pull so many. Look at that. Whoa. They just pull in so many different directions. They are gorgeous. If you love like glitter, whatever, I highly recommend you pick up some of these quads. They are just truly stunning. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up the under eye, as you can see. And then I also filled in my brows. I think this is looking really nice so far. The next step is I'm just going to take a little bit of the Glow Lust from Auric in the shade Selenite. I'm going to tap this on and then just blend it in with my hands today. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I don't, honestly. With this product, I don't really think it matters. I think it applies really nicely either way. I haven't tried it with a sponge, but I guess I just didn't try it like that because I know I am not going to apply it like that. So, nah, I mean. But, so yeah, love this stuff. You guys already know it's already been all spammed all over my channel. So, yeah. Now I'm going to go in with the Rms Beauty Concealer, and I'm taking my Rare Beauty brush to just apply and blend it out. I really like both of these products. The brush is insane. I feel like it gives you so much control, and it really just blends things out nicely. I also really like this concealer because I feel like it's kind of like medium coverage, but I'm to the point in my life where I do have a lot of fine lines and stuff. So I get the good coverage, but I don't get a lot of creasing. It's almost like it goes, you know, it doesn't sit above my creases, but it doesn't like emphasize them. I don't really know if that makes sense. I don't know. You might even think that it looks like shit. Like, I don't know, but that's just how I feel about it. And then I'm just going to go in with a little bit of my loose powder and apply just a touch of it on the under eyes there. And sorry, I'm not really like looking at the, oh, this one is so powdery. I'm not really like looking at the camera while I'm applying my makeup because I can't even, like, one, I have to see myself, so I'm like looking into the mirror. But two, I can't even look into the phone to film if I wanted to, because I would be looking over here where I can see my face, whereas the camera's over there. So yeah, literally, this is so powdery. Like, Shit gets everywhere. That's my complaint about that. And then now that we've concealed, I'm just going to go in with my bronzer. I'm going to be using the Tower 28 Bronzino. I have the shade West Coast. I really prefer to apply this with a stipple brush, and I prefer to apply it before I'm going to be going in with like my foundation or my tinted moisturizer, just because it is so pigmented. It's a bit deep for my personal skin tone. So I have to go in very lightly, and this can be blended out, but I also feel like if you're going to be doing a lot of blending, I don't want it to be on top of my, you know, foundation or whatever. I want to do the blending on my bare skin. So that is kind of the technique that I've been doing, and I've been loving this product, using it that way. It's just such a pretty summer glow, and honestly, once I get my summer tan going, this is going to be so nice to just slap on and go, like, you know what I mean? And honestly, if I didn't have such a long day ahead of me, I wouldn't even put any foundation on. I would just be going with this like glowy ass base, because that's what I'm living for. Blush, I'm also going to be using a Tower 28 product. This is their Beach Please in the shade After Hours. I was gifted this by a friend, and the shade is a bit too deep for my personal preferences, but I do enjoy the formula. So what I found works best for me if I want to use this is I will just take my finger in the product a little bit, stamp like 2 to 3 dots, get my stipple brush out, and just blend it. And then I do this until it's built up to where I am comfortable with, because if not, it literally looks like someone punched me in the face. Now that I have those down, I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. My friend Becca also sent this to me. This one is in the shade Light Medium. I find this works pretty well for me. I've only tried this out 2 other times, so I'm still kind of like formulating my thoughts on it, and that's why I actually thought it would be great to wear it today, because I have a long day ahead of me. So I thought it would be a good time to test out the wear. I'm just going to go in and blend it out with a brush. Okay, so I really like that. It's super light coverage. It's really pretty. Now I'm just going to take what's left on my blush brush and stamp a little bit more into this corner here, just to bring a little bit more of that color back into my face. And then I'm going to use my Physicians Formula highlighter. As you guys know now, this is in a project, so it may be a frequent flyer. It's been kind of neglected lately, but that happens sometimes. Just using the Real Techniques. This is one of their setting brushes. It is so good. Like, it's insane. I use this for blush, highlight. You can use it to set if you want. I don't know. I literally have 3 of them. So if that tells you anything. I am obsessed with them. To wrap up the base, I'm just going to go in with my All Nighter waterproof setting powder. And I'm going to grab it with a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to lightly set the whole face, because like I mentioned, this will be on for a long time today. So I feel like it just wears better under a mask as well if you are setting it with a powder. So that's what I'm doing. The lower lash line, I'm just gonna go back and forth between Pepper and Tank on there. And you want to make sure when you're doing the lower lash line that you are tapping your brush to get any excess off, so you have less fallout under the eye, because I feel like every time I don't tap enough, I get a lot of bleeding throughout the day from the color coming down. So just make sure you give that a good tap, tap, taparoo. If you know, then you know. But might have just exposed my age. Yeah, okay, I think that's looking pretty nice. Okay, so I love how like kind of sultry this came out. It's like kind of moody, grungy, but like in a good ass way. So just to do the final touches, I used my CoverGirl Ink It liner in black. I just used this on the waterline, then I tight lined, and then I actually put a little bit out on the edge here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then I just kind of smudged it a little bit to add a little more of that black grunge. And then I used my Lash Freak Urban Decay mascara. I still feel the same way about this. I'm still going to keep using it because, you know, I want to use it up. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. So it'll still probably be making some appearances. And then for lip, I did not want to overwhelm the eye look, so I went with a classic nude. I used the Charlotte Tilbury. This is a mini. It's in the shade Pillow Talk. Really pretty. I don't know. I kind of think that her lippies are a little bit overhyped in my personal opinion, but I do like the one that I do have, but I'm definitely glad that I picked it up in a mini size. So yeah, that is all the details. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing like my favorite drugstore or my favorite high-end, like those kind of videos. Let me know in the comments, and that's something that I will start working on. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting the thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell before you leave. But yeah, okay, I'm done. Bye.